Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and this is the final episode for 4-Color 49 Conservation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's been a long road, and I'm both happy that it's over and kind of sad that it's over. I don't know. Let's just go watch the video. Okay, the first thing I want to do is show the two wraps that I wasn't able to show the other day because my camera wasn't working. I deleted all the files on the camera and now it's working fine. This is the first one I did yesterday, which is next to the center wrap. I think that turned out nice. And finally, this is the center wrap. Of course, that's where I sealed that tear, and you can't even see it on this side. So that turned out pretty good. I like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start trimming some of these down. So yeah, let me get ready to do that. Okay, and now while I'm trimming these, I'm going to be looking for areas that I need to work on because they didn't turn out quite as well as I wanted. Let's flip this over so that I can see exactly where it needs to be trimmed. That looks good. And that's the center fold. So we'll set that one off to the side. Go to the next one. Now I'm not positive as to how these are supposed to go, but I'm not ready to put it together yet, so it's okay. That's the next wrap. I have to make sure I get these just the way I want them. I think one of them I flipped it around and did the furnish on the side I didn't want to do it on. Let's see, this should be the next one. As you can see, my knife is pretty sharp, which is what you want. If it starts getting in trouble, I will change the blade. Okay, this one I have two I have to trim. I have to trim the bottom and the top. I probably wouldn't use a ruler on this if I wasn't filming it. I would just put on my magnifiers and go for it that way. Sometimes when I cut it, I cut into the paper a little bit with the ruler. Which is why I prefer the magnifiers, but if I do the magnifiers you won't be able to see what I'm doing. I might decide to go ahead and change the blade on this in a bit. This is going pretty quick. Of course, you're not seeing what I'm doing. That doesn't help. I need to keep it up there where you can see it. Okay, this is, I'm going to trim the upper side of this, and then I'm going to get this wet and take that off and redo that, because I don't like the way that turned out at all. So all I need for that is plastic wrap there, my distilled water, cotton round, I'm going to do both sides because I've got furnish on both sides. That's all there is to it. You get it damp and wipe it right off. See, now here's the problem here. It folded over. And that should be like that. We are going to go ahead and do this right now. I'll have to get a little furnish. So I'll be right back. I have to go get some furnish so I can take care of this now. I don't want to have to go back and do it later. And then we'll trim it after it's done. Yeah, I forgot to turn the camera on. It looks like it's going to be okay. It sticks out a little tiny bit, but I think it'll be all right. Shift it down a little bit on this lower piece of blotter paper, and I'm going to take it to the press, and then we'll continue on with the other wrap. Alright, I probably should zoom this out again. We're not going to zoom it all the way out. Right about there I think is good. That way you should be able to see what I'm doing. Put it there. I think I got to change my blade. It's sharp enough to slice my finger to the bone, but it isn't cutting quite as well as I'd like it to. Sometimes it cuts great. I don't know. Alright, this is the next wrap. I'm putting this upside down so that I know there's a wrap that's supposed to go between those. And the next one. turn it over. I have no idea what's going on over there where I'm stacking these. I'm just going to get my my pad out when I get ready to put it out. Put everything in order so I know what goes where. Oh, and you missed that one completely. That's okay. We'll try to get this next one so you can see it. The next one. I want you to notice that it's laying in my hand and I put my thumb over it just to steady it, and then I drag it across. I'm not really putting any pressure on it, which is why I don't always get a good cut the first time. Sometimes I do. I think it depends on how thick the furnish is as to whether I get a good cut that first time. I don't like bearing down on stuff like this. The thumb's just there for control. And, oh yeah, number one, this is the one with the tear. So I want to go ahead and seal that with yeah. We're going to go ahead and take care of that one. I'm going to move this up. And I'm not going to cut it yet. I'm going to have to move it over too. Right, it's not exactly centered, but it's close. So that might be good enough. Get some water on a cotton round here. Some methyl cellulose. And some furnish. Now the reason I did it and I shifted it all over here was so that you could see what I was doing, because otherwise it'd be off the screen. but I also needed it to sit well on the Kollecting and the Mylar. All right. Move the whole thing over. That is not exactly perfect, but it's good enough, I think. And using that paper towel like that is not strictly necessary, but it does seem to help with the drying. All right, this one's going into the press along with the other one, and when I'm finished, we'll trim these two down and start getting it ready to put together. It's time to see how this turned out. Let's see, this is the one that the piece was way down here and it was way too thick. I think it turned out all right. You can go ahead and trim that off in a few minutes. Let's go check the other one. This is the first wrap that had that tear there. I did a tear seal using, oh yeah, I like the way that turned out a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and trim this one up. And then I'll trim up the other one. And then I'll try to remember what I did with my tablet so we can get the pages in the right order. I think they're close to being in the right order, but I don't think it's perfect. And the page order is something we need to have perfect. And I had that way down at the bottom and you couldn't see what I was doing. Yeah, that happens. This is not correct. Need to trim a tiny bit more off of it. That looks about right. Doing corners is not always easy. You've got to get everything lined up just perfect. I think that's about right. Now we do the top. There you go. Now I have some rounded corners on this. And there's another tear there. And I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave that tear for now. I got a rounded corner up here. I didn't notice that before I would have filled it. But yeah, that's the first wrap done. And this is the end. That's what it says, the end. All right. That one goes here. Something like that. I have no idea. Ah, we'll figure it out. I don't know what goes where. I got everything messed up. Oh, there's the first page. So that must be somewhere in the center. Maybe. I don't know. Let me go find my my tablet so I can figure out what page order they go in. All right. I brought this into my office because it's cooler in here than it is in the other room. And we're going to go ahead and start trying to get these in order. I know this is the first wrap because it has the beginning on it. So let me go ahead and bring that up. If I can figure out how this is working. All right. It's the first wrap. Let me see what the next one is. This is going to take a little while because I have to look through the different pages to find the wrap that I want. And somehow I got them mixed up. I thought I had them in pretty good order. I tried to keep them in order, but I guess it didn't work out so good. Ah, that's the next one. All right. The next one has, it looks like the Wicked Witch, or whoever it is. The Evil Queen. Wow, these are really messed up. Really messed up, out of order. All right. I believe that's this one, according to my page. The next one down. There's this one. Listen up. If this product is a fake or has any deep... I'll have to try to cut that out. I accidentally hit my mouse. All right, got to find one with trees on it. And with the beginning of the Seven Dwarfs story and Dumbo on the other side. So that one goes there. What's next? I guess it would be cool if you could actually see what I'm looking at, huh? I don't know if that'll work. No, you're not going to be able to see it very good. I'll just keep looking. Aha! This one. And we'll go down another one. Okay, I have to find one with her laying down. And that looks to be a match. Okay. That looks like it. I'm trying to show you that it's matching. Let's see. This one is next. And then this one. This one. And finally the centerfold, that one. So I've got the pages where they're supposed to be now, in the order they're supposed to be. Now I got to figure out where the holes go. The holes go, I'm going to use my light board. Let's see. And a pencil, if I have one. I should have dozens and dozens of them, but I can never find them when I need them. Let me see if I can find a pencil. All right, I found a pencil. What we're going to do is we're going to put a dot here. Put a dot there. And maybe I can see it once I take it off of the... Yeah, I can see it, but it's not going to work. The dots are too close together. That's okay. We'll work it out. This is the bottom one here. And that looks like the top area there. And that's the top. And I can't really tell, but I think the bottom is there. I think I'm just going to worry about getting the top. If I get all of the top ones marked, I can figure out the bottom one by using the staple. That one right there, which is actually a hole. It's a very handy piece of equipment, the light board is. I don't use it very often. So I probably should. All right. Okay, I got it all back together, but I didn't record it. And it's not that I forgot to record it or that I forgot to turn the camera on. I didn't record it because I had to use these. And I had to get right over it, and there was no way I could manage to record it without just showing the top of my head. So let's go through the comic and see how it turned out. As you can see, it's got the staple back where it's supposed to be. One staple, it's from 1944. And it's got a lot of, I still need to press it. I haven't done the final press yet. But I thought we'd just go ahead and go through it. Now I had to put some Tingujo paper over here and also here in order to keep it from, I mean, this paper was really thin and in bad shape, and so was the cover. So I had to use a little extra stuff. Overall, I'm very happy with the way this turned out. Now here's the one that I messed up while I was doing the leaf casting. I meant to do the opposite page and I ended up doing this page, so you have two of them back to back. Beautiful Walt Kelly art. Really happy with this comic. I like the way it turned out. Yeah, you can see where I leaf casted it, but that doesn't bother me. All that shows is that it was taken care of. It was done the way I thought it should be done. Something's not right. Okay, stop. Please don't fight over me. You know what? I think I have to take these two pages out and redo them. I'm going to check my... it doesn't seem to read properly. Yeah, I think I have to switch these around. Do I have my... Yeah. Let me go ahead and take care of that. I don't know how I got these two pages backwards, but it doesn't read properly, so. All right. There they find, yeah, that's better. Yeah, I'm just enjoying this. That's why I haven't been talking. I got sidetracked by the story. And this is why in the 40s they counted the cover as part of the, if you're missing the cover, you would be missing a page, because they actually continued the story into the cover and onto the back cover on this, in this case. So that's why a lot of times the cover is included as part of the interior of the comic. So instead of saying like 36 pages, it might say 40 pages, or instead of 40 pages, it might say 44, or instead of 48, it might say 52, because they would include the cover as part of the page count. That's going to be it. I'm going to go put this in the press because it's about time for me to put another comic in the press, and this one just happens to be ready. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to steam it, and we're going to press it, do a hot press on it, then a 48-hour cold press, and it'll be all done. And I can get to work on the next project, which is Fantastic Four number 34. Project I'm really looking forward to. There you go. Another one's finished. I like the way it turned out. Of course, right now it is in a cold press. I've already done the hot press, and now I'm doing the 48-hour cold press that I always do. Now, let me explain something about that real quick. When I say I do a hot press, I'll heat it up. My press is set to 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll press it for 10 minutes. And then after that, it remains in the press for another 3 hours and 50 minutes, more or less, right around 4 hours total. Then I move it to a cold press, which is nothing more than boards that are sitting there, and I'll put, or shelves, and then I'll put another shelf on top of it, and I have those stacked 3 high, so that I have a board, 3 comic books, a board, 3 comic books, and another board. And that accounts for 6 comics. But I also have 2 older hot presses that don't work anymore. So I use those as cold presses too. Once it goes into one of those, either into one of the presses that doesn't work or under the board, it stays there for 48 hours. Now with the magazines, I have that set to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. And once I put the magazine in there, again, 10-minute timer. Then I have to go in and turn it off because it'll drive me crazy otherwise. That one doesn't have an automatic shut off, so I actually have to physically turn it off. And then it'll stay in there for 24 hours. So it's 24 hours from the time I put it in to the time I take it out again. More or less. Sometimes it's 25, sometimes it's 23, but about 24 hours. And they turn out pretty nice. I don't see the need to continue a cold press on the magazines. They go into Mylar with the backing board and they're ready to go. So yeah, that's how I do it. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the whole series. Now you will be able to rewatch the whole thing. I have them in a separate a little folder that you can just go through and watch them. I forget what it's called. my you know, I just finished eating. My brain's tired. It doesn't want to do work. But I'm doing that with all of my conservation efforts that I'm doing videos of from now on. I'm putting them in their own little folder so you can go back and watch just that one without having to search around and try to find it. And hopefully that'll work out better and people enjoy it. I have thought about doing, making a video that just stretches the whole thing out, making a long video of all one, but yeah, you'd be watching like a 6 or 7 hour video, sometimes longer. So I don't know if I want to do that. That, and it would take forever for me to upload. So yeah, there's that too. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Have yourself a great Tuesday, and we'll see you Wednesday night on Wednesday Night Chaos, 8 p.m. Central. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to start opening it up, which means if somebody wants to come in and chat with me, they can. If they want to show something off, they can. And that's going to start not this week, but next week. I might do it this week, but probably not. So I'll have an open chat for a while, open mic for a while. I'll go more into that tomorrow night, along with the comics that I pressed and my PC comic collection if it's ready, and all that other good stuff. Take care, everybody. Bye.